Welcome back or welcome front if it's the first time joining us. I am Joshua, and as always, Jack Allen.
Hello.
And together we are the Adventure Game Hotspot Podcast. How you doing, Jack?
I'm really good. And it feels like forever since you and I just did a podcast all by ourselves. So it's fun to get a chance to catch up with you again. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing good. It's a beautiful Saturday. Things are well. And you know what? I'm happy to be talking adventure games. I'm happy to be talking about some exciting things that we have going on in the future. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be doing that today. So we're going to talk a little bit right up front. We're going to talk about Adventure Game Hotspot Convention. And then after that, it'll be about 10 minutes or so. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about something that we have been discussing on forums. We've been discussing on Discord. What is that, Jack?
Well, it's about adventure game reviewer bias.
And that is something that every industry faces, which coincides with how we're going to end this show. We're going to talk about some of the, not just games, but perhaps movies that, many have said is either terrible, many have said it's great, but we, on the other hand, believe the opposite of the norm. So that'll be our top 5 at the end. And we'll say up front that we've had a little bit of issues recording podcasts. So we've been recording a lot of them.
That's right. Yes, I know. It's probably a long time since people have heard from us, but we keep having podcasts behind the scenes that don't make it out.
Yes. So we did a podcast with the Classic Gamers Guild. Wonderful podcast. When we were
really
done,
was.
I told Jack, this was so much fun. And it didn't work. And then we did a wonderful podcast with Julia Minamata talking about Crimson Diamond, and it didn't work. So we're going to have to record those again. Terribly sorry. We did, however, go on the Classic Gamer Guild's, their personal podcast, and had loads of fun again. So that's going to be coming up soon. So instead of talking about our failures, let's talk about some positive things. Well, actually, let me tell you why. OBS sucks. There was an update with OBS, and it's a common thing that everybody's been kind of dealing with right now.
Which is an audio recording thing. For us non-techies, we don't even know what that means.
There was an update, and it screwed up many of us.
So, oops.
Yeah, oops. So we're making sure that this one lasts. We went over to Zoom on this one where we know there's not going to be a problem.
That's right. Yeah. Famous last words. Nothing could go wrong.
Yes, and we hope. So as I talked about right up front, we're going to be doing an Adventure Game Hotspot Convention. I'm so excited, Jack.
Yeah, that is so cool. We really haven't had one in North America. There is Adventure X in the UK, which has been a really nice little sort of cozy annual convention, but those of us on the other side of the pond need a place to get together too. So you're kind of the driving force behind it at this point. So, tell us a little bit about it. When is it? Where is it?
Well, first and foremost, April 20th and 21st of 2024.
Yes.
Take note of that. Take note. It's not 2023. It's not in a couple weeks or 3 weeks.
No.
It is in 2024. And it's going to be in Tucson. Is it Tucson? Not Tucson.
Oh my
Tacoma. The other city in the United States that starts with a T.
Yeah. Tacoma, Washington. Yeah.
Tacoma.
And do not go to Arizona. Yes. No, we will not be there.
Yeah. Tacoma, Washington, home of adventure games. I think we could kind of say that, right?
I hear it's pretty popular. I mean, I was going to ask you because again, you're sort of the one kind of driving the bus at this point. So I was going to ask you, how did you arrive at Tacoma as sort of the place to? And I got to ask, could you not have found a place a little closer to Toronto? Come on, man, it's like 2,000 miles away from me.
Well, I'll be honest, it's not close to Springfield, Missouri, where I'm from.
That's true.
I'm from either. However, it is.
Yeah. Right? So, how did you arrive at Tacoma?
It is really close to what many people believe the home of adventure games. It's Sierra was around there. You have the Williams over there. You've got many of the great developers. Yeah. I mean, even after we put it out there, Ron Gilbert made a tweet like, we need to invite everybody over our place for a barbecue, like a post party.
Yeah, little did he know we were taking that very seriously.
Oh
It's like,
yeah, we
okay,
actually
Ron, yeah.
yeah, we actually put that into our plans. Sorry, Ron.
That's right. Yeah.
I hope you brought the brats, my
Yeah,
friend.
exactly. Yeah. Buy the hot dogs, Ron, because we're coming.
But also it's just for the United States, it's home of so many fans of adventure games. At least a
Yeah,
lot
really.
of like for instance, a lot of the Facebook groups that are out there. Many of the people it's all started over there around the Seattle area. And I couldn't think of a better spot to make it easier on the developers to get there, as cheap as possible and as convenient for them, but also for fans.
Yeah.
Now we wanted to do Seattle. However, we thought Tacoma, which is another 12 to 13 miles away, it's not as expensive for one thing. The
That
cost
helps.
difference, yeah, is significantly more expensive.
Yeah.
Taxes is going to help us significantly to keep the price down there. And it's just a beautiful location that we end up just getting what I consider to be a steal of a deal on the event. So
Oh, that's
event
great.
location.
So it's at the University of Tacoma, Washington, correct?
Yes, yes. So it's University of Washington, the Tacoma
Campus. Yeah.
campus. Mhm.
Yeah. At I think it's called the William W. Philip Hall.
Yep, William W. Philip Hall.
I mean, I've only seen pictures, but
Mhm.
it looks like a gorgeous setting and like a really nice, sort of clean, spacious building. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we got Jeff Tripoli boots on the ground over there. He's been checking everything out, kind of doing so much help and so much work over there, and he's very familiar with the campus himself. And we got a good little rate. He signed off on it, and so we're ready to roll on the 20th and 21st of 2024.
Yeah, I mean, a year from
Mhm.
now seems like a long time, but when you got to plan for something this big,
Mhm.
that's going to go by so quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind
And,
of going, oh, we're fine. We got so much. No, no, no. The stress is going to start pretty soon. So
and make no mistake, I tried to do it this year, and ultimately, I think sanity helped. We had that stuff. We were sane,
yeah,
and we decided to do it in 2024.
it is true. Yeah, we
Mhm.
were considering doing it like October or November of this year, and I just too soon, too soon, too
Mhm.
soon. It seems doable, but there's just so much to put together. I
Yeah.
mean, it's one thing if we're old hats at this and just sort
Mhm.
of doing, and we hope this becomes an annual thing, but this is our first, so
Right.
we are starting from scratch on
Mhm.
every single area. So we had to give ourselves step back, give ourselves a little extra time, but so April's seems like a good time. How did we, I guess, end up at April?
Well, it's a beautiful time in
It is.
the Washington area
That's
in
right.
in April. And I think it's just going to be the work out really well. I think it's a nice little space in between Adventure X, which, as we know, is across the pond. They're doing it. I think it's November
It's
of
usually November, December, that kind of time.
2023. Yeah, it gives a little gap in between, kind of lets some of the developers who would normally attend there also attend ours, or vice versa for the
Yeah.
following year, that type of thing. Because even it out quite a bit there. And so, yeah.
Yeah, they're actually, I mean, those are the only two sort of adventure
Mhm.
exclusive conventions, but there are all kinds of other conventions throughout the year. So okay, we can't do March because
Mhm.
that's GDC in California. We can't do this month. We can't do this month. How about April? Yeah, okay. I
Yeah,
don't think we're stepping on anyone else's toes. So it seems to be the perfect little pocket for us.
yeah, and you think about like the Seattle area, you got PAX, which is
Yeah,
the show on the West Coast, PAX West.
yeah.
And so that's going to be in the fourth quarter of every single year, so gap in between there.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to be too close to that because then we're just, standing in its shadow going, oh, yeah, sorry, we just did one there. Can't come to yours. So, yeah.
And not that that's too adventure-y. I mean, there's some adventures,
There's always a little. Yeah.
adventure adjacent, as Jack likes to say. But yeah, April is the best when it comes to time of the year and
Yeah,
not stepping on toes.
that's right. Yeah, I think it's sort of the perfect time.
Mhm.
And like you said, just it's a gorgeous time of year in a gorgeous part of the world, the Pacific Northwest. I say that even though I haven't actually been there, but I've been to California, but I've never been farther north on the West Coast. So I'm
Well,
really looking forward to it.
yeah, another benefit too. I mean, that's it. Just happens to be completely coincidental. Is that it's the flights are cheap in that
Yeah,
time. There's not a huge holiday time around that where people are running across the country. So flights and hotels are really inexpensive. So that really helps us developers, fans alike. So.
absolutely. So let's assume not everyone knows what happens at these conventions. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what to expect?
Oh yeah, so it's first of all, the place is spacious. Um, we wanted to have a little bit, quite a bit, I should say, little. We wanted to have a little bit more space than just like say we wanted more than a 2,000 square foot place. We want to have as many developers able to get in there and interact with the fans and show off their games,
Yep.
and this way we'll be able to have at least 40 areas set up for the developers to talk with the fans and show what they have coming up. Then of course you have our wonderful guests, and we can't say exactly who we have coming, but so far pretty much everyone that we have sent out to has given us a positive reaction and or a yes we cannot wait type of thing.
That's
And
right.
so a lot of people know how conventions work, and if not, you could just YouTube. But we got something special though. We have the first official, and this is a truly official Adventure Game Hall of Fame.
Yes, yes, this is exciting.
The inaugural Adventure Game Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Yeah, that's something I was really wanting to kind of to give to the adventure game community, not just the community though, but to the developers, some of the great games, and to enshrine them like so many other great sports or larger genres of video games have these types of things. So yeah, we went and partnered up with the International Video Game Hall of Fame, and so we're getting it squared away.
Yeah, that's going to be really neat. So we're going to be voting. We're going to have sort of a diverse collection of industry insiders voting. We want this to be an annual thing, just like the Grammys, the Oscars, or any sort of sports league. It's not just a one-time thing. This will be our, as you say, the inaugural enshrinement of the first handful. But yeah, so every year we plan to follow up and vote in another new group of, and I believe we're going to do 3 categories, right? We'll do sort of game designers or industry personalities of some kind, games, and even game characters, just to sort of give a different slant to what we're adding each year.
Yeah, and we have rules that we have to follow, in order for it to be actually official and not just, adventure game website wants to create this Hall of Fame. Okay, sure, Now we
Right.
have to actually form a committee, and the committee essentially has certain guidelines that we have to agree upon. And then the committee, so for instance, as an example, say just completely arbitrary, we first season we're doing just developers or something, again arbitrary. The committee has not come together and really made the complete set of rules, but say the first year we want to do developers. Okay, well, like if you're familiar with other Hall of Fames out there, so first you have to be nominated. The committee will choose the nominees, and the committee is all going to be people who have a vested interest, someone who is they have a history in the industry, that's not going to be biased or anything like that. However, once the nominees are selected, then it goes out to a vote. And the vote is going to consist of lots of other sources out there, whether it be media sources, legitimate media sources, you know, such as like just again examples like PC Gamers or those type of things. But again, people who have a vested interest that can be reputable is going to make the decision. And it's a lot more than just the 12 council members out there. So and it has to be a percentage of people that voted. So if you say, again, arbitrary number, 90% voted for X person to get in, and it's past the threshold to get in, then hey, they're going to be enshrined in April 20th and 21st of 2024 at Tacoma, Washington for the AGHcon.
Yeah, that's right. Who knew it was so complicated? But you know what? There's a Hall of Fame. It should be difficult.
It should be complicated. It is complicated for a reason. That's why we have council and a bunch of people that, you know, are involved in making the rules. I'm passionate. I'm excited. I need water. Oh man.
And we want the community, the adventure game community, to get excited about it too. Is it like we'll be announcing it at the convention, but this, you know, we'll be inviting input and stuff throughout the year and so on and so forth. So, and talking about various candidates on Adventure Game Hotspot. So, so like, in your opinion, sort of what are you hoping that this convention will bring to the adventure game community at large? You know, what are you hoping to get out of all this? Not personally, but just in general.
Well, long story short is the United States has it's unfathomable that we have not something that's been exclusive to adventure and narrative adventure games. The great thing about these type of conventions and the great thing about the adventure game community, the developers and everything, is they like that their art is appreciated. They're not running away from people. They want to talk. And we in the United States want to talk with them, and just we could build the community in the United States back up. And I think that that's something that the adventure game genre deserves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I've heard from everyone who's attended Adventure X, which is that, you know, obviously it was exciting to go and see the new games.
Right.
And, you know, sure, that's kind of a nice perk, but the real benefit to them was actually getting to meet their, you know, adventure game idols and talk about their games and meet fellow adventure fans. And it's the fellowship of the whole experience that they make like lifelong friends that they take with them at these things. And so that's what we want to bring to, you know, our community too over here.
And that's such a great point. You know, Adventure X is known for bringing those friendships together. In fact, there's a whole Discord, a very, very active adventure fan, like adventure chat Discord. I mean, they are legitimately friends. These people, they talk so much to each other, and it's not just the fans. It's also, you know, like Dave Gilbert, Francisco, you know, Gonzalez, and they're all interacting with each other, and they're legitimately friends.
Yeah, yeah. It's a real community, sure.
And I'm jealous. Yeah, you get to actually see Jack in person.
Oh, well, yeah, don't scare them off. We just had them excited about coming.
No, this is so great. You know, I'm going to go on a little tangent here. I love the fact that for 18 years, Jack's the best in the business. People know that. But before he came over to Adventure Game Hotspot, he was Jackal. He was a guy that was an avatar.
Yeah, well, you know. And now, I did a little writing too, but yes, I was a name on a page more than
he wasn't a face,
more than, you know, an out and about personality. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but look at him now.
I know, you just can't get rid of me now. So.
And we wouldn't want to. And you get to go say hi to Jack Allen. He's Jack Allen now.
Oh boy, yeah. Believe me, there will be many, many, many more highlights than that. You know, I will be about 899th on the reasons to go to Adventure Game Hotspot Convention.
But to answer your question, you can't buy tickets now. So there's still a lot of things that are going on as to behind the scenes. So as we get closer, as we, you know, get everything squared away, then we will make it optional, or an option to buy in advance. And so in regards to how much, and that's also in flux. So my goal, you mentioned what the goal is. It's to bring everybody together. So Jack and I, we don't we don't want to charge a lot of money. And
That's
so
right.
I don't care if I lose money in the process. It's all going to be beneficial for everyone, so that we can all truly get to hang out, and for people to know just how great the personalities are in the adventure industry and on our staff. Our staff is so incredible, and I can't wait to get to see a lot of them.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I mean, I only ever went to one E3, and this
Mhm.
had to have been like 12 years ago or so. And I still kind of,
Mhm.
kind of geek out over getting to meet Charles Cecil of Revolution and Ragnar Tornquist of The Longest Journey and Dreamfall and stuff like that. So yeah, just like really excited about getting to meet, I almost let slip some names, but because we do have a pretty good idea of some of the people that will be there, but we're not naming names at this point. But let's just say I'm excited about meeting the people who have already expressed a great deal of interest in coming. So okay, it's still a year away. So there may be people wondering, like, how certain is this? I'm even willing to maybe book some time off that week. So how certain is this going to be to happen?
Well, actually, Jack wrote a nice little "What is it?" little segment for an article that we're coming
You're
out
not
with.
supposed to tell people I already answered my own question.
No, you know what? Look, come on. We'll roll the curtains back a little bit. He wrote
All right.
the perfect, as certain as mathematically possible.
Yes.
You say you quote yourself.
I think I said something as close to 100% as is mathematically possible a year ahead of time.
Yeah, we've already paid for the venue. We've put in a ton of work into it, and so it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Exactly. I think that's important to put out, because lots of sort of exciting projects get announced, but they aren't sort of tangible. They're more sort of floating hype than anything. But this isn't. We've been working behind the scenes to get this rolling. As you say, you've already booked the venue for that weekend, so this is going to happen.
And we have such a great team that's been working on it too. Even if one person on our team gets sick or can't make it, we've got so many other people ready to jump in there and pick up the slack. So it's going to happen. So unequivocally, I'll say 100%.
Oh, okay. You're going to go all well. Okay. I was just allowing that microscopic chance of, we've certainly come to understand that unexpected things can.
Well, Jack, I can't get my money back. So I can't get my money back. So
oh boy. Okay. Yeah. I see your point. Yeah. That makes a difference.
Yeah.